Alright. Hey, what's up, Internet? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. We're going to get going with the painting once again. Glad you guys could join us on this Monday night. We're just going to get right back into it. We're, again, continuing on with our Stuffed Fables project that we started last night. So, as you can see here on screen, we do have the minions that we painted last night. They're looking pretty spooky. And there were 13 total that we finished. This was rather simple painting. It was just sort of, 4 of a kind, and then we painted one of the 5, what I can only assume to be our sort of mini bosses. So let me get these off the table here, but you can see very fun models. Really enjoying this aesthetic here for the game. And so that leaves us with 10 models, okay? So we're going to try to finish painting the other 10 models. Not tonight. We're going to try to finish in the next 2 to 3 nights. And so I'm looking at the rest of the mini bosses, which all look fantastic. I really need to find out what color this guy's supposed to be. And this cool, like wizard looking guy. I think he could be the big bad, or she is. And then we have the 6 heroes. So there's the lion guy, here's the pirate, here's the bear, you got a cool pig here, you got a rabbit who's firing a little plunger, and then you have the elephant with the mallet. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. We're gonna at least get everything Zenithal Prime tonight, and probably a good deal of it color blocked, maybe even finish out a miniature or 2. Hey, what's up, Crow? Welcome to the feed. Yeah, I think these are, I would put these up there with the best, some of the best miniatures I've ever encountered for playing a tabletop board game. I mean, I would put it up there with Soda Pop. I'd put it up there with Simon. These are fantastic. Okay, so anyways, that's the charge for tonight. There is going to be a lot of airbrushing. This show has just sort of devolved into a lot of airbrushing, and I gotta apologize for it. I mean, I don't really know what else to do, man. Like, it's just become, airbrushing is just based on the projects that I need to finish and the speed with which I need to complete them. It's kind of become my go-to, and especially with a line like this where everything is just so damn clean. You don't really want brush strokes ruining these really nice sculpts. If you can avoid it, you don't want to have that on there. By the way, Crow, I felt like shit, man. I just realized like 10 minutes ago that I still have all of your Wrath of King stuff here at the house. And I was like, oh my god, why didn't I just bring that last Thursday? It just completely skipped my mind that I should have brought all of that stuff and finally given that to you. It's been here for a while now. So I'll try to remember to throw it in my car this week. I got a cat crying. Hold on one sec. I'm gonna just let me go get that. You completely forgot about it too. Alright, come on. Come here. Come on. Come on. Okay. Don't cry later about wanting to get out, because I know you will. Alright. Hey, look, Daddy's painting. This is boring stuff. You got a really cool... Here, no. No. You go there. Alright. Let's do a little bit of... This is just... We're not doing this. We're not doing this. There we go. We're just gonna change it up a little bit. Hope we still have good clean path here through the airbrush. That was an awful lot of airbrushing last night. Looks like it looks pretty good. So if you're just joining us, welcome to Play It Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting, what you should be painting. We are continuing our project through stuffed fables. I really didn't think I'd enjoy painting these as much as I did last night. I mean, granted, I didn't do much, like, brush painting at all, but I think I was really pleased with how clean the results were. You know, and just how they were able to really capture a lot of really wonderful character and not make the models look too busy. I think that's one thing that is a huge turnoff for me, and a lot of the what is considered to be high quality miniature paint lines or miniature sculpting is they tend to look at, oh, the quality of the detail, right? But it's almost like we're going to put too much detail in these miniatures. They're going to be too busy. There's going to be too much shit going on. And so you're not going to be able to really make out clean lines or affect really nice contrasts or anything on the minis. You're just basically just going to dry brush the shit out of them. You know, if you're a speed painter, if you're someone that's going to sit there and pick out every single last border, every single last edge, more power to you. You know, it's one of the things that I cite as kind of detractions against, you know, the high quality guys like the GWs and the CMON in particular. Those two companies in particular. You know, and you see some of it in Privateer. You even see some of it in Steamforged stuff. It's just, there's just too much tedium, and I think at a point it detracts from the model. If you have too much to look at, then you're giving up on the theme of the model, and in my opinion, it's not very fun painting. You know, if I just have to sit there and I'm just like basically, you know, having to border everything, then that's not fun. I did that with War Machine Hordes when I was painting that stuff, and I was like, this is dumb. I did that with Scorn. You do it with Scorn. You do it with Kador. You do it with Circle a little bit. The opposite of that is Retribution. You know, Retribution's a lot of smooth surfaces. It's a lot of white, and it's a lot of that like sort of glowy detail. But a lot of the Privateer stuff is just there's another, I gotta paint a gold border around this thing again too. And it's even Wrath of Kings. There's the way that they painted the Celestials. It was just red with gold border everywhere. You know, like that. And I looked at that, I'm like, I'm not painting that shit. It doesn't even look very good that way. It drowns out. It doesn't look very good. I'd rather have a nice solid color that the light is allowed to play off of the one color. But that's just me. You know, I realize there's a lot of other people that are gonna look at that and go, oh, well, I love that like super busy stuff. No thanks. I mean, this is what I love about these guys. Look at these guys. They're fairly simple shapes, but they're freaking awesome. They're just great. Just such a great theme throughout. We're gonna prime the big guys first, so. Like this big long cloak here is just a cloak. you could do all kinds of cool effects on that cloak if you want. Just nice, clean lines. Good, you know, character on the face. I got a little moisture in my line. Just really cool, clean mini. Like some of the fancier Infinity stuff is pretty much impossible to place faction-wise unless you know what you're looking for. Yeah, it kind of samey looking model. Exactly, that's the problem I had with Hate. If you look at Cool Mini or Not, hold on. If you look at the models for the Hate Kickstarter, you're like, oh man, these are really cool models. Look at how cool post-apocalyptic this clan is, and you're like, whoa, this is the other clan that's really spiky, post-apocalyptic, and they're really dark. Oh, look at this clan, post-apocalyptic, and wow. And like 4 clans later, you're like, why should I buy this game? Look very, everything is samey same. It's all samies. You know? And I don't really, I usually, when I pick factions for a game anyways, I tend to pick the cleaner looking stuff anyways. I tend to pick the, if something looks too rugged, too spiky, too busy, I just avoid it entirely. I want to paint soft lines, bright colors, good transitions. That's me. That's what I like to paint. It's one of the reasons why I like, you know, so many of the Soda Pop sculpts that people say, oh, well, they're just so plain. I'm like, no, they're clean. Even though, you know, it's kind of a sore subject right now, I understand, so. It's all the villains from Mad Max. Yeah, which is cool. I mean, if you had one faction that looked like that, cool. Even 2 factions that look like that, okay. But like, sooner or later, you're gonna want to have something clean for people to enjoy painting as well. Some of the new Batman sculpts, I think to a lesser degree, because Batman sculpts are sort of tied to, you know, whatever media they drew that particular character from. That's true. I could not find what color this guy is. I think he's supposed to be a gorilla, but I cannot tell. Oh, those are cleaner looking. Oh, for sure. Yeah, the night sculpts are cleaner looking because, you know, they are based on comic book characters, and comic book characters tend to run more limited palettes, and you know, they tend to be, I mean, they're conceptualized in a 2D medium, so not, you know, unless they were to base all of the sculpts off of like some Rob Liefeld shit, you know, we're just really weird looking things and odd proportions and busy. He's the only artist I can think of, the only comic book artist I can think of that's just like stupidly busy. If anything, some of my criticism of the modern day comic book artists is that they're quite the opposite. They're like too plain. They're too flat. song's dope. You know, the one criticism I will levy against this game's sculpts is that the hero sculpts are like the worst sculpts in the set. The bad guys' sculpts look so much better. This elephant guy is also one of my favorites. That's just a really cool, simple sculpt there. The bear is a great pose. I think the bear is your favorite pose. Yeah. I really like the pig too. Kind of disappointed in how skinny the pig is, but now I'm just body shaming a pig for being too skinny for a traditional pig. Oh dear God. The rabbit's pretty damn cool too. Alright, pretty happy about that. A little extra black on the boss guy because when I was priming this guy, had a little bit of water in the line there. Might have to pick up a set of this up when my painting table is less full. It's fantastic. I can't believe how impressed I am with this line. They should have really pushed, they should have really promoted how good the minis are. These are really, really good. Alright, so now we're going to go cold gray along the majority of these minis. Hold on. 4-year-old's having a little bit of a freak out, but I think mommy's got it under control. We'll see. Might get pulled away. It might be a very short feed. I got the 1-year-old down. I contributed. I was part of it. We'll find out though. If she needs me, I can help. Hey, what's up, Paint with Penny? Welcome to the feed. Uh-oh. This kid. He's not sounding too happy up there. All right. Let's see how we do. That is one creepy looking little girl, isn't it? Like straight out of the ring. This guy here might be my favorite sculpt in the whole thing. Just your typical mad scientist looking guy, but he's kind of like he's like a mad tailor. He's got a sewing needle. Elephant's freaking awesome. Even the Horde's elephants are kind of cool. They are the Scorn elephants. I think those are cool. Alright, so here we go. All right. Wow. Ran out of gray quick there. Hey, what's up, Derry? Welcome to the feed, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good Monday evening. Right now, you're catching me doing a Zenithal Prime of Stuffed Fables. It's a new board game by Plaid Hat Games. Super fun sculpts. Again, this was a secret how good these sculpts are. You guys should really check these out. Hey, what's up, Darth Torlin? Welcome to the feed, everybody. Yeah, these are fantastic. Like these are These are gonna be so much fun to paint. All right. So I'm gonna make a. I had glaze medium. I have glaze medium now. I need to make a white glaze to spray these guys, because I'm gonna spray white. White powders quite a bit, so you have to be very careful with white. So even though you use an airbrush grade white, it still can powder on you, right? So I can be using this dead white here by Vallejo Game Air, but if I go straight out, there's always a risk that it's gonna powder. So what I like to do is I like to mix in a little bit of glaze medium and a bit of airbrush thinner and just go thin. They do look adorable, don't they, Derry? So I'm going to add some glaze medium and some airbrush thinner to this white. You honestly don't need that much, especially if you're already working with airbrush grade paint. You don't need a whole lot of it. But getting yourself a sort of a semi-transparent and stream OBS crashes. Okay, so here we go. So this is very thin. So I'm gonna come back and do a couple of layers of this. And then if I want to concentrate it down, I'll add a little bit more white to it and concentrate it down. But we're going to go with our first layer here. Like on the sword here, probably going to want to concentrate the white there towards the tip. And the rest of it is just going to be more of a general. You can see how the white's going down without powdering. That's what you want. It's not going to dry down very bright, but this is what you need. You need to kind of be patient and build up that color. These sculpts are so damn good. And obviously you want to build most of the white towards the top and towards the face of the miniature. That's really where the action is gonna be. I love this guy. He's the pirate guy fighting with a pencil. He's pretty amazing. I told my son about this game, and he is my 4-year-old, and he is already asking, when are we going to play, Dad? When are we going to play? I told him, hey, it's going to take me a couple of nights to get it all painted, and then we can start playing. And I told him like about the starting heroes and what characters. Asked him what characters he might be interested in. I think he's going to play the elephant, which would be interesting. I think you can play the elephant in the first story. I forget. There were 2 that you can't play. You can't play the lion, and I don't think you can play the rabbit. Wish I could sit and watch you paint for a while, but I got to run. School in the morning. Have a good one. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. You can see how you can get that Zenithal, and it's a really nice, it's like really smooth. A lot of times when you do Zenithal and you go without mixing that glaze medium in, a lot of times you get kind of a powdery finish, and that's what we're trying to avoid here. Okay, so now there are two specific models that need special attention with regards to the white. One is this guy here because his cleaver, he's gotta have white here along the top of his cleaver. So I'm gonna kind of build it up along that edge there and build it there as well. You can see what I'm doing. All right. You'll see it better on this side. Okay, I want that leading edge there. And you can slowly build up that white. Yeah, that's what we're going for. I gotta find out what color that character is. And then finally, back on the little bear here. Same thing, I'm just gonna build the white towards the tip of the sword. Okay. Just have a little bit left to... Okay. Alright. Now we're going to start to actually block in some of the major colors here for the miniatures. We're going to work on this one here, this one here, this rather terrifying, like the ring girl here. Hey, what's up, Blade Wolf? Welcome to the feed, man. Yeah, this game is pretty dope. All right, so what we're gonna do is the dress here, the gown is gonna be kind of that weird glowy green that I do, like for like ghost-looking things. I think the skin will be like almost like just a deeper gray, or like almost a maybe almost like a turquoise. Let's try it. Let's just do weird stuff. Let's just do weird stuff. Blade Wolf, if you want a copy of it, they've got tons of copies over at Comic Quest, and I'm sure Addie's and all those other guys have it too. Alright. So what I'm going to do is her skin is actually the right color. We're just going to, we'll just block it with a little bit of, maybe with, instead of turquoise, maybe like green ink. We'll just do a little bit of green ink. Oh, ethereal blue, that's not, kind of going for like a, more of a ring, you know, where it was kind of a, almost like a pastel blue, like this color. That color might work. That's not a bad color. I actually want something maybe a little bit darker than that, though. Maybe more of like that steel gray. There, you know, I have the other cold gray, and it's actually a better... If I made a glaze of this heavy blue, that might work. Because it's a gray blue is what we're going for. So let's try that. Let's try that. I'm so happy I have glaze medium back. I like freaked out. Like, oh my god, I get to... I hadn't realized my reliance on making glazes until I'd nearly completely run out of glaze medium. And I was like, Dang it! How do you even? How does one even? Yeah, this is a nice messed up color. Let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, this should work out pretty well. So this is kind of a dark, it's like a dark blue-gray. I'll shoot it here on the skin, on the foot. Yeah, kind of like almost like Nightcrawler's skin, right? Oh man, that's kind of messed up, man. Coincidentally, this will be good undercoat for the elephant, so I'll use it on the elephant too. In fact, and I also think it'll make a good undercoat for the robe of the wizard, so we'll do that too. Dude, that's messed up. Okay, that is messed up, dude. All right. So even though, and the I'm gonna do pretty much the entire elephant this color because his shirt happens to be blue, although the elephant itself, himself is gray. I think the ears are like a pink color, but this is a nice undercoat for the gray. I watched a little play of this game and I showed it to my fiance and she instantly wants this game. Plus it looks great. Kids to play, your wife could play this game, man. Hey, what's up, Ice Cube? This game is called Stuffed Fables by Plaid Hat Games. Yeah, oh, by the way, Blade Wolf, congratulations, man. I saw that, I saw your announcement. It's actually your fiance's announcement the other day. That's pretty awesome, man. I'm really happy for you. Congrats, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Little blue undercoat there on the effluent. And then we're gonna do this guy here. He's gonna be standard, you know, wizard roby, blue gray robes and welcome to the feed, by the way. Let us know what you're painting or what you should be painting. Again, we're doing a bunch of color blocking on these miniatures from Stuffed Fables. This is a game by Plaid Hat Games. This is like a narrative, cooperative game that's kind of a children's game. It says 7 up on, you know, ages 7 and up on the box. But I was watching some of the playthrough and I'm like, you know, there's some semi-sophisticated board game elements to this. So I don't think, I think even a group of experienced board gamers could find this game entertaining, especially if you're into those narrative RPG, types of games. One of the coolest things about this game is that you play it on the actual storybook. And as you turn the pages of the storybook, you have different maps that you play and different scenarios that you play out. And then I think there are like 7 stories that come with the... Does anybody else use this blue? Alright. Well, we're really kind of just working on her. I think she's cool. Let's get her underway. Alright. So her gown is going to be kind of like a light blue-green. And I happen to have just the color for that. Question is, can I find it in my highly organized paints? Sheer sarcasm, I assure you. Alright. Yeah, this is always the interesting part of the evening. When I need like 20 different colors. And like at least half of them are up here. Although I do not see this particular color up here. The particular color that I want. Which means it's in this nightmare of a pile of paints. Here's the non-airbrush version of it, which I may have to use if I don't find the correct one. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. You just have a bucket for your paints. Alright. So we're going to go with this light blue. Ooh. Okay. We're gonna be gentle with this color. There we go. You can't even really tell that color on screen, can you? You can't even see that color coming in. It's a really, really mild blue-green. I'm gonna clean up around the face a little bit. There we go. Looks really boring, doesn't it? Don't worry. Trust in the process, right? Alright. So now, what's up? So now we're going to use the turquoise ink to kind of shade this up. And I like this combination of that light blue with the turquoise ink here to kind of give me that, like that, you know, that, like that kind of spirity, greeny. Gosh, I can't English right now, people. I'm gonna use it to drop shade. See that? So you can see I'm building. What's up? See, if you do that with a brush, you could totally do it, unless you're not good with a brush, which is a lot of us, myself included. So I'm just basically fading that color up, right? Whoa! How do you like this airbrush? I have the same kit, but never used anything else to compare it. Oh, well, I've had, just for your reference, I have had a Patriot 105. I've had the, what's it called? The Renegade Chrome. I've also had Harder Steenbeck Ultra. And my favorite is the HNS Ultra. This setup, though, it does the trick for me. I mean, it does what it needs to do. And I would pick this over. I have had better success with this than with the Badger stuff, to be honest with you. And it's just more, it's more hassle-free from the standpoint in that they're so cheap that if you have an issue with it, you just throw it out. You know, that's what I do. All right. I need a specific airbrush color. Thank you for the question, NJ Nick. Welcome to the feed. Hope you guys are having a good Monday night. I'm having a pretty good Monday night. I actually took the day off today, and hung out with my two boys. Took them to the reptile zoo. Super fun. And my 4-year-old continues to make Daddy so proud. Let me tell you what he did today, you guys. I know you guys don't. Some of you guys don't care about stories I'm gonna tell about my kids and bragging and all that kind of shit. But I'm gonna tell it anyway, damn it. So, that's the wrong one. So we go to the reptile zoo and we show up like right as it's about to open. And we're waiting in line. And there's these kids behind us, you know, a group of kids, like between the ages of like 5 and 7, right? Maybe even a little bit older. And there's a statue of a T-Rex that's right there in line, and these kids are freaking out about it. They're like, "Mom, a T-Rex, Mom!" And, you know, and they're all nerding out over it. My son, 4 years old, he turns around and goes to them. He goes, "Hey guys, did you know that that's not a real T-Rex? Because first of all, it's not moving, and besides that, the dinosaurs went extinct 65 million years ago." and I started to laugh, and I don't think their mom, you know, there's 3 kids. I don't think their mom thought it was very funny. But another mom in the line started busting up laughing too, and I looked at my son and I'm like, "Way to ruin their dreams, kid." But you know, he's clearly younger than they are, and you know, he's just so damn articulate, and also, like his dad, completely unfiltered when he needs to speak his mind. Oh my gosh. So the other mom in the line and I like had a good laugh over it, and I was like, son, please, this is not the time right now. It's like, yeah, it's not a real dinosaur, you guys. Oh man. And he's just, I mean, he's just really into his reptiles. So when I tell him, what type of reptile this is, or what type of reptile this other one is, he really gets into that. Like, he really, oh man, I'm out of the good blue. And he really kind of internalizes that, and he remembers it. So like, we usually only go to the reptile zoo like once every 2 months, but he remembers like, broad species types and sometimes specific species. And he's like, Dad, here's a Eurymastix. And I'm like, oh, good ID, son. And again, that happens right in front of this other mom with her 3 kids that are like, snake, frog. And she's just mad. Like, she's mad at us. She just does not like us. Okay? Nobody likes a smart aleck, right? I think it's funny. I do. Now, if my son could actually help me find my paints, then we're talking. Ah, boy. Oh, there's a color. Earn that follow from a fellow father, man. That's funny. Thanks, man. Yeah, the boy is, he's 4, and the kid is extremely verbal. He's very, very outgoing, and, yeah, he'll speak his mind. Thank you for the follow. I actually I had some run-ins with other parents that are actually way cooler about stuff like that. Like the last time we were there, my son was running around trying to memorize all the different types of snakes that they had there. And, and I would quiz him on it, and he'd do pretty well. You ask him to recall something. And there was another dad there, and he had his son, who was also 4 years old, just kind of like bumping around. The 4-year-olds, they kind of like, they do that, and they just like knock over stuff. They don't care. His son was a bruiser, though. Like, his son was like almost a foot taller than my kid. And just big, beefy kid, right? My kid's he's a little guy. He's not very big. And this other dad was there, and he kind of caught the conversation I had with my son. And he goes, your son's 4, isn't he? And I'm like, yeah, my kid's 4. He goes, my kid's 4. We celebrate when he puts a shirt on. And we had a good laugh about it, and that was amazing. But like, there's something about my kid too. He can actually recognize like when they're kids his age and around his age, and he'll recognize if they're not as verbal. He's still like really cool with it. He'll still, he still really likes interacting with those kids, and he still really likes talking to them. So. But then, the issue that he has there, though, is once he knows, like, he knows he can out-talk a kid that's his age, he ends up kind of turning bossy. And, I have to curb stuff like that. I'm like, hey, you are not in charge of this other kid. You might be able to smooth talk him into stuff, but settle down, slow your roll, buddy. Anyway, you want to treat? But yeah, my kid's freaking hilarious, man. I just love the Reptile Z. It's really fun. Okay. I gotta make a decision about this guy's skin. I think the best thing to do here is we're gonna hit his skin with kind of a brown undertone, but we're gonna quickly build a lighter, like gray, pale complexions over that. So I'm gonna hit him with what I normally hit as the undercoat for skin, even though I think there's a part of me saying this may not be the wisest thing. So if it doesn't work out, it's okay. It's just paint, right? Okay. So this is gonna look crazy out of bounds right now, just so you know. Right? It's gonna look really tan. I just want to have that layer skin in, so it's not a very deep layer. Hey, what's up, Nelson? Welcome to the feed. Yeah, so that's what we did today. We went to the reptile zoo, came back, and just hung out for the rest of the day. Didn't do a whole lot. And then, my son he asked me when we were going to game again. He asks me about every day when we're going to game again. And I told him, hey, I'm working on a new game. I'm painting up a new game that we can play together, and he got really excited. And, I told him a little bit about this game, and yeah, he's pretty amped. Figure while I got this color out, why not? I think this guy's wearing gloves, but he's barefoot. I think those are gloves. Yeah, those are gloves. He's got one shoe and then one bare foot. Okay. And then you have a bunch of guys that can kind of use this brown for various things. This is a very versatile brown. So I'm going to use it for the mallet here. Beaker's cousin. He does kind of look like Beaker. Maybe I should paint him like Beaker. Put the bright red hair on him. And I totally see that. The wood here. There is a good color. And then maybe the bow too. Right? Sometimes I go a little overboard with my color blocking. I don't know. We know this bear here. He's actually, yeah, actually that is kind of his color. Whoa, a little too much there. As you can tell, the characters are going to have more more minor details that you're going to want to capture. They're just so small. These aren't going to take very long at all to paint. I really got to find out what color this dude is. I'm going to have to like look through the book. Okay. It's a very safe color for the lion. The lion's really the easiest of the heroes to paint. You know, that patches is a different color, but it almost doesn't even matter. Pretty sure this guy has a bunch of this color. Oh, hold on. Let's look at. Let's look at his color scheme. Whoa. So I have the character cards here. Theodora. So Lumpy, you can see he's gray. He's got kind of a wooden mallet there. Blue shirt. Lionel, he's just a lion. I mean, nothing surprising there. Oh, Flops is brown. Okay. See, this is going to be easy if they're all sort of the same color. Piggle's pink. No shock there. See, Stitch, he's kind of that wood color too. So so him and the bunny can also be, I can use this brown on both of those guys as well. And it'll just serve as the base coat. I think this guy, Stitch, has the most actual, like, finite detail. I like that he's fighting with the number 2 pencil. And then Flops is also. I'm surprised Flops is this brown. I mean, he may be a little bit lighter brown, but. I just thought he would be a, you know, like a traditional, like, white rabbit. Is that racist? Oh yeah, I don't care. I forgot. Anyway. There you go. Okay. Looking pretty good so far. Again, we were working on her. We're going to try to get her done. So any other colors that we get to throw around are coincidental. You know, for Piggle, I'm going to have to... Well, hold on. Let's get a color on Piggle here. He's... you know, obviously I'm going to use pink as his base color, but I want a little bit, I want like kind of a warmer color underneath. So if I mix a little bit of pink with that mud brown, probably give me the color that I'm looking for. So a little bit of pink and the mud brown. So if you're just joining us, welcome to Play It Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting and what you should be painting tonight. We're working on stuffed Fables. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this game. I think just based on the minis alone, it should be a fun experience for my son and me. He wants mom to play too. I don't think mom is gonna throw herself into something like this unless we're talking like the weekend, and we got something for the 1-year-old to do. Yeah, it still ended up being too pink. Let's you know, we can throw, this is a little bit interesting idea, but we can throw some of this flesh wash in there just to kind of dull it up again. Hey, what's up, Genuine Vision? Welcome to the feed. Good afternoon, huh? So you might be over in the in Australia, or all right. Let's see what we got here. South Korea. Oh, well, welcome to the feed. All right, so give Piggle some of that beginnings of the pink tone. Well, that's actually turning out to be really nice color. A little bit of the flesh wash in there. That's a really nice color. Man. Cheers, man. Oh, I do like Piggle. I wonder if I just put a little bit of that pink on the skin here. Ooh, that's neat. That's nice and creepy. Look at that. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay. Okay, we're going with it because that's creepy. Okay, guys, what color should her eyes be? Obviously, I want some kind of a glowy effect, so like red, green. Kind of where I'm stuck, red or green. Who would have thought the pink would make such a cool highlight color there? That is pretty damn cool. Any ideas? I'm leaning towards red. I think red might be kind of cool there. I'm going to do a little bit of this pink on this guy's skin as well. And then I'm going to drop some green on him too. This guy's like kind of like, you know, if Gargamel and Gandalf had a kid together. Octave, decided to have you do a makeover for my Mortician's Guild. I bought them red and black, but I'm thinking if you could do them black and green ghost-like. Hell yeah! I did a Mortician's Guild a couple of years ago that we could probably find on my feed somewhere. that was kind of like a black and green scheme. Pretty cool. A little too much pink there on homie. Oops. Anyway. Oh, does this elephant have pink ears? The inside of his ears, are they pink? Yes, they are pink. Okay, good. Kind of like this ring girl doing, but black and greenish. Yeah. For sure, dude. Man, Nelson, you got the fever, man. That's good. Yeah. I'm a fan of that. I like that. Let's rock. Any ideas on the eyes, you guys? I'm gonna go red. We're gonna go red. Let's see how it goes. Let's go red. I mean, I'm not gonna follow the ring 100%, but all right. Let's go. What? I gotta go find my red ink. I'm telling you. This is always the challenge of my feed. Finding my damn colors, right? You got in too late? Sad to see not that many people are interested in playing Guild Ball with me, though. Seems like most people... No, that's not true, Nelson. The same guys that play Wrath of Kings play Guild Ball. Don't even sweat it, dude. You know, like I was saying, Cody's an adamant player. Andrew, big player. I got Matt, like, pretty well into it now. Don't even sweat that, dude. We got this. We're good. Okay. So we're gonna just do that. Okay. So it's got a little bit. See what I'm doing there? Just a little bit of glow there, and then we're gonna come back in. Man, you don't get much lighting this way, do you? It's just really dull model, I guess. Yeah, don't even sweat it, man. We all play Guild Ball and Wrath of Kings, like, diligently. There's really no... I wouldn't say any of the guys play one more than the other. Actually, you know, honestly, I'd say we play more Guild Ball. And I think Mark would agree with me there. I think we play more Guild Ball because it's just so much easier to set up and play. Even though we love those games, I would say we like the games equally well, and they fulfill specific niches. I would say we probably play more Guild Ball individually. It doesn't mean that we like Guild Ball more, it's just easier to set up. Alright, so now I'm going to take some blue ink, and we're just going to do a little bit of shadow. I'm going to do shadow in the hair. Pretty good. And then I'm going to use it to kind of clean up the face a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Okay. elephant shirt there. I'm bouncing around quite a bit, guys. So I think those of you who watch my feed regularly are used to this, but if you're not, sorry man, this is just kind of how I work. I just bounce around quite a bit until I get close to finishing something, and then I'll lock down and finish it. So you can see how we kind of just rapid fire through techniques and color schemes and that kind of thing. There we go. Really kind of building that blue, the shading on the blue there. This blue does not want to behave. Not bad. A lot of these guys have blue as like accent colors. Like this bear has a blue scarf. Who else has blue? Yeah, he's got that blue deal right there. Who else is rocking blue? The bunny has a blue like sash. I mean, I guess it does. It's not 100% set in stone that I have to follow the art, but it's just easier. It'll be easier when my kid plays if the heroes match their cards. Anybody else that needs? Anybody else need blue right now? Not that I know of. It's already a lot of blue on these guys. Okay. We're doing alright. Any blue on the pirate? Not really. Okay, so our ring girl's looking pretty cool. I need to clean up the white along her, kind of the neck there. What's weird is I think the blue ink actually caused a clog. Weird. I think it's because I might have thrown it in there with like a little bit of solid. Alright, so we're gonna get in I need like a really light blue color here, or light gray.
Holding your hand and gripping tightly to your fingertips, watching with a nervous stare and wondering when lingered lips would meet again. We decrypt the mysteries between all these places that I've
Alright.
visited. This vista is serene.
It's not bad. This
I
wolf
believe
gray
the
is not bad.
atmosphere was made up when you landed here and froze me in position, thus suspended like a
Hmm.
chandelier. Turned my insecurities to wisdom and
Hmm.
expanded fear until the only thing that I resembled was a man revered. See, I met this planet here with lonely apprehension. Always
Ooh,
let the
that's a
candle
nice
smear
gray.
hold me back from living till
Okay.
I finally advanced some years until my after vision. You had maybe
A lot
taken
of
steps as merely mobile
lot of
neighbors
guild
and
ball
moved
talk
ahead
in
with
the
my back gear and followed through the months. Facing
chat.
my bumps and bruises for a solitude and hugs.
Yeah, Mark is like
Once
one of the
again,
only
my
guys to
thoughts
play
swallowed my
Scalpel
tongue and only seemed
locally,
an hour past till I was
and
off to the
Scalpel
ocean.
does look like a really fun playstyle. But I think, you know, I was telling Mark, I think the reason why people stick with Obulus is because they feel like he's the more versatile playstyle, and I can see that. I'm not saying I agree with that decision, but that's kind of why I think they do that.
Watching summer turn to fall, watching Halloween approach and losing slumber to it all. It seemed impossible that somehow you would manage to be even more angelic. Something lovely had evolved and I refused to question how. Just smile in euphoria, always entertained and overwhelmed and never bored me. Everything about you, from your smile to how you smile again, I swear I've never felt the same. Everything about you, from your smile to how you spell
All
my
right.
name, is absolutely perfect, and I swear I've never felt the
You
same.
forgot you have more farmers to paint. So it looks like I'm going to be focusing in mainly on these two, but as a option, I'll be able to finish these guys as well. So I'm going to fade everybody else like off back into the background here and kind of focus in on these guys. I've got to um, I want to finish painting the wizard's pale skin in. So I'm gonna use there's a cool like green gray color. Here's a light gray green. So I'm gonna drop that in. I'm gonna mix a little bit of flesh wash in there just to kind of keep it honest. Aboy is always gonna be meta in tournaments because he's stupidly good. Yeah, it's true. I do agree with that quite a bit, though, Mark. That her playstyle is it's interesting in that it's people don't it kind of forces people to re-examine what they're playing against when they play against morticians, because they're so used to Obulus kind of being the master of control there, and so a lot of times you just focus in, like when I'm playing against morticians, I'll just focus in on um, I'll focus in on Obulus threat range and be stressed out about that the whole time. And then you could easily just come in with another model and take me out. But with the Obulus-led Morticians, I already have a good grasp of what their threat ranges are like. Unless, you know, you got Brain Pan and Memory in there. And then, you know, with Scalpel on the table, that kind of throws that off quite a bit, because you're not suddenly, you know, you have more options to extend threat ranges, and you actually have like a more balanced scoring option on your team, which is pretty damn cool. Okay. Let me get some more browns down. It's a cool jam. I really got to figure out that stupid color scheme on that like weird looking gorilla guy. Not bad. The only problem I see is too low on influence, around 11, but lots of free charge and pretty lethal, especially with Cena. That's the thing. I don't see too many hunters lineups that run high influence anyway. So I wouldn't be terrible. I wouldn't be over concerned with that. 11 influence on a hunter's team. It seems like you just kind of accept that. Nelson Lyon's kind of rad. Anybody else have like a dark brown that they need? Yes, these shoes, I guess we can make those dark brown. All right. So before we go too far, whoa. I gotta do the elephant's gray skin. But you do run Scatha. Man, I am amped. I'll tell you guys this if we're talking Guild Ball. I tried out a Blackheart lineup with Matt last week. And I freaking love it. I freaking love it. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Can't wait to try it out on Thursday. We're gonna try to game Thursday, I think. Yeah, I think Thursday is what we're gonna do. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm gonna take my wife out and the fam out and do some stuff. So, yeah, dude. It's so good. So good. Colors this Effluent's eyeballs. I did kind of dirty thing playing my fiance with her farmers. I had Egret kick the ball. She had 4 influence. Had to kick the ball far on the wing. She had 1 person go retrieve the ball. I activated it, started using shots, my shots on her characters, poisoned 5 of her teammates. Doesn't Egret also get a doesn't she get like a 1-inch dodge every time she does damage? So you can actually use her to like extend her own threat range. That's rad. So if you kick shallow enough, you can have her target, you know, whoever went in after the ball and try to gain dodges to catch that player. That's dope. And back to the shadows. Egret, a lot of the meta does not like Egret. And I'm like, but she's good. Why don't you like Egret? That's just lazy. I should just paint that. Whatever. Whatever, don't judge me. Yeah, that scatter that like grape shot she has that causes poison. That's hilarious. Okay. I gotta find that black paint that was escaping me last night. Oh, that's a good color just to have. Let's have that one out. That's wrong. Don't need the yellow. No. Haha, found it. Well, ha ha ha. Alright, let's get, where's the black ink? So if you're just joining us, welcome to Play It Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting or what you should be painting. Tonight, we are working on Stuffed Fables. Really interesting board game. And I'm starting to get excited to play it. The closer we get to finishing the paint job on these minis. I'm telling you that black ink is up here, man. It is up here. Why you worry? Don't worry. It's not here. It's not here. It's gotta be here. Gotta be here, man. I'm not taking no for an answer, damn it. I just had... Ah! No, I did not put that away. It was up here. How's that even a thing? It is not. Alright. No, that's not gonna work. Okay. There's always gotta be one to defy me. But black ink is so important. That's why I buy like 2 or 3 bottles of it. You can not find it. I found it. I almost did not find it, but I found it. This does not seem like a good idea. Yeah, that's not a good idea. It is not. It is not a good idea. If I just want to do a belt, that's one thing. It's very easy to do a black belt. It's less easy to do to dot a pair of eyes black. It is not. Unless they're big like on the elephant. Those are reasonably big. The bear, it's harder, but you can do it. Did not. Nelson Lion, it's not so hard. I did not, Nelson Lion. Did not. When you're painting your own whooping stick. There we go. Looky, looky. I did not. Alright. Look at him go. He has little black eyes like that, man. There we go. Alright. Now we're gonna paint the... Welcome back. Alright, Nelson. Yeah, I've got this new Blackheart lineup that is elastic as all hell, and it's so damn fun. It's not the best lineup, but I never build the best lineup. I try to build the most entertaining lineups for me. So let me tell you guys the lineup, since I'm going to be playing it Thursday anyways. So it's Blackheart Coin, Harry, Decimate, Minx, Snakeskin, and wait, let me see if I can remember this. It's Blackheart Coin, Harry, Minx, Decimate, Snakeskin. Yeah, that's the lineup, and it's so dope. It's so dope. It can extend the stupidest amount of threat ranges. It's not a tanky list. It can't really take a beating. But it can do, like, like I said, it's there to extend your threat range all over the board. And I know what you might be thinking, like, oh, where's Mist? How come Mist isn't in that lineup? Dude, you do not need Mist in that lineup. You do not. No, you don't have a guy. You don't have a guy with a single 8 kick. Nobody has an 8 kick on this lineup. You don't need one. You have so much cool stuff happening elsewhere. It lets you spooge all over the board. That's gonna be the that's gonna be the slogan of this team, Mark. It lets you spooge all over the board. You do not. I did write down the play that I did to that I did when I was screwing around, and I wanted to try it out, right? So basically, the play involves Harry, Snakeskin, and Blackheart, right? So you basically throw the ball around when you have it, and you get it over to Snakeskin, and she sets up all her defensive stuff. She sets up Clone. She may drop a poison on somebody. Maybe earlier in the turn you had Minx go in and drop Snare on somebody, just to kind of prime a target where you could proc a lot of shit off a target, right? Preferably a low defense, high wound tank, right? Big men. So then you have Snakeskin go. She drops poison. She drops Clone. She could do Nimble if you want. And she has the ball. At the end of her turn, she kicks the ball over to Blackheart. Blackheart receives the ball, dodges 4 inches, and collects the momentum because you're doing this within 4 inches of Harry. So then Blackheart goes. He dodges 2, kicks the ball back to Snakeskin, dodges another 4. Oh, I forgot Snakeskin would slide back into position because of Back to the Shadows, right? You have 2 characters on this crew that have Back to the Shadows, by the way. So Blackheart goes, he passes the ball to Snakeskin, slides up another 4, dodges 2 because Shadow-like, ends up in melee with your target, because you're already talking 10 inches without even doing anything, right? You're 10 inches off the board from the starting line, so chances are you're hitting something. Then you hit the guy, you proc a couple of dodges, you proc On My Mark, you proc Butchery. On My Mark takes the ball back from Snakeskin to Blackheart, dodge another 4 for free with pocketing the momentum because Harry. Then you hit a new target, double dodge off of that. Then you finally take your sprint, your walker, your sprint 6, tap in a goal, and you had second wind on you from Decimate, walk all the way back. Hilarious. It's like 28 inches or something stupid like that. Stupid, ridiculous play. But that's what I'm talking about. It's like, man, that is hilarious. Be sued for copyright. Copyright Nelson's hair. Octave Power Gaming the Union. It's not really a power game play, it's just a hilarious first turn goal with Blackheart that no one sees coming. The first turn goal with Blackheart, and then he just gets to walk back into the middle of the play at the end of it. It's even funnier if you have knee slider and then you had second win, because he could almost go all the way back to the starting line. Oh, a skin on there. It's definitely not the most reliable play, but it's a nice first turn option play. What's crazy about the team though too is off the kick, you have so many characters capable of retrieving the ball that it's terrifying. And if they can retrieve the ball with Blackheart leading the team, he can out of activation pass to himself. So it's not particularly powerful, but it's super fun. The other thing I like about a list like that is it actually can, it can fight. You're not just totally giving up any chance of scoring takeouts. You know, with Minx in there, Decimate in there, and Snakeskin, with Blackheart. Don't forget, you got Harry in there. Harry's in there for crowd control. He's gonna do a bit of tanking and give you some momentum, and you're at 13 influence, which is a good place to be if you're Union or any team for that matter. Any team that can start off 13 influence is pretty strong. But like I said, the team is a little squishy. You just accept that as part of the, you know. All right. Oh gosh, that kind of play is so annoying. Push people slowly off the board. That's true with Harry. But you don't have... nobody else really has a lot of pushes on that team. Just Harry. Harry's in there for two things specifically. His board control and the momentum gain. And he is the highest hitbox character on there. Although Blackheart can easily out-tank him. And a setup Snakeskin can also out-tank him. But I can see, you know, if somebody dedicated their time to really playing that roster full time, that they could probably wreak some real havoc in tournaments. Because it's, you know, no, it's not the strongest list, but damn if that's not an effective list. I need like sunset red. There we go. So since the lore killed off some characters like Blackheart, Gas, Snakeskin, Coin, doesn't mean no future. No, yeah, there would be no vet version of a dead character. So don't worry. No vet Snakeskin. Although I love Snakeskin, she's just so damn good. She's so damn good, man. I feel like I made a mistake there. I probably should have just painted that white. It's okay. We'll paint it. Honestly, I think Pelage is going to be a staple of my scalpel list. Cast is best because he's Vega from Street Fighter. Yeah, singled out is amazing. Okay, I like that. Okay, we're looking pretty good. I think it's time to turn the airbrush off because we're just about done with what we can do for tonight. But we are gonna get some of these just about done. All right. Because we can actually wrap up a bunch of these with just a couple of spots of paint, really. So there's 3 or 4 that are pretty much not have no chance of being finished tonight, and that's Stitches, this guy, and then this guy. He's freaking awesome. I think it wouldn't hurt us to do a large scale dry brush right now. Would not hurt. Sorry, got my stupid thing in the way here. Hold on. All right. So I'm going to take my, I'm going to find myself a handy dandy color to do a generic dry brush on all this stuff. Actually, my Ancient Light was better, I think. By the way, what does the TN mean? That's target number, meaning the number you need to score a goal or to succeed, right? It's usually TN 4. So if something is TN -1, that's usually a bonus. That means that, like, you're, for example, you would be scoring on, you'd be scoring a goal on a 3 instead of a 4. All right. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get some edge highlights here on the lion. get some edge highlights on her. Really just kind of the bottom of her dress and this part. I don't know what that's called. What is that called? A cowl? It's not really a... whatever that part's called. I'm just trying to get that edge, the bottom edge of her dress, really. Yeah, the teddy bear is supposed to be looking like a fierce warrior type. Yeah. This wizard has a duskier appearance now. Ring girl would give my kid. She might, man. So speaking of which, the ring girl is basically done. So let's just start closing some of these out. Alright, so whatever colors they need, whatever we need to do to start closing them out, we're gonna do that right now. Alright, what does the ring girl need? She could probably use a little more brightness in the eyes. In the eyes. So we're gonna use a little scarlet red. Yeah, this reminds me of you know, weird Puppet Wars, which is a game that my wife really looks fondly on. She was asking me about that tonight. She's like, "Do you still have Puppet Wars? I had a lot of fun playing that." I was like, "Really? Puppet Wars, huh?" Yeah, she really got, you know, she liked Puppet Wars better than Malifaux because even though a lot of the mechanics were the same, it played on a board, and that made it more, for whatever reason, made it more intuitive for her. So I'm gonna do little white specks in the eyes. All right. And then Just a little bit of edge highlight here. Pretty good. That's one messed up looking mini, man. Also, the base isn't very even. Hopefully that fixes when I seal it. Make sure she's not... I remember only seeing one person play it at SoCal SmackDown over a billion years ago. Diane loved playing Puppet Wars. I remember I had to teach her a long time ago at Strategicon when all these like drunk dudes were like bugging Jake for a demo of Malifaux, and they smelled like piss because they had pissed themselves. And Jake was like, "Can we get out of here? I'm tired of smelling piss." And I was running a demo for Diane, and it was like, "Jake, just hang on for a minute, dude. I gotta finish this Puppet Wars demo." Diane's so cool though. Say hi to her when if you go to if you're going to Strategicon this weekend, Mark. I think you are, right? Nice. Yeah, say hi to her for me. I don't remember what we have planned for this weekend. Oh, I have my kid's birthday party to go to this weekend. These eyes are so small, no one will see them. So of course I'm going to spend all this time making sure that they're dotted correctly. Alright. You shall not pass me. There you go. There's eyes in there. Just no one will ever know, except for us. No one will ever know except for us. Now I gotta drop some flesh wash on this bad boy. The wizard should sound like Skeletor. Hey man! You think you can get away with this, He-Man? Love Skeletor. I love Skeletor. I'll cut you, Skeletor. See, He-Man? Jeebus. Yeah. So this flesh wash will bring some of that color back into the skin and make it look like he's got really, really, really pale skin. That was the plan all along, He-Man. You just don't want to overdo it. Such as right now, I have too much wash in that one ear, and I need to move it out of there. He-Man. Doesn't everyone love Skeletor? Skeletor's the best, man. Look at that. There we go. He looks like a wizard now, see? Okay. Oh, I gotta paint this dude's belt yellow. And he also has shaking my head about airbrushing brings out the shade and fade so freaking well. It's called cheating. No, it's not. It's not cheating. It's just it's a technique. Same as anything else. Just a technique. Ah! I don't know if I can call that skill. That's called. I would say it's more experience than skill because I am lazy. Look at all this area back here. I have to touch up though. Look at that, brah. Gotta touch that up. The other thing is when you are touching up airbrushed areas, again, use your friend, the glaze medium. Otherwise, it'll be way too opaque and it'll just stick out like a sore thumb. It's going to anyway. I mean, it's gonna stick out a little bit, but you can see right there, like, see how that blended? That was way easier. If I painted that in without thinning it or just thinning with water, it would have just sat there opaque looking and weird. This gives it some believability. Because I'm going to need that when we do Nelson Lion too, because Nelson Lion has this area right here under his nose where it got a little too much black ink. Nelson Lion. weird how that white refused to cling onto the edge here. When I airbrushed the white glaze there, it did not want to stay there. So yeah, like, looks like I missed that entire section right there. You hit it with a glaze, it's just like bam, done. Nobody even knew it happened, man. And then you can take your armor wash and run your armor wash down this way. Nice. Okay. Now we're just starting to finish up a bunch of them at once. It's cool how you're showing how you did the sword with wash. Thanks, man. I did that so fast though. You basically just airbrush that transition down, and then you use the dry brush to get the edge. You just dry brush the edge, the sharp edge white, and then you use a wash. That's it. That's all you do, man. That's all you do. Alright. Has some weird, like, greenish. It's like a greenish, red patch right here. Pick some weird green. Romantic. And I'm actually going to hit him with a proper wash, unlike the other guys. I want him to... I'm going to give his mane a proper brown wash.
I seem depressed, always being bothered nevertheless, keeping me out of prison and putting me to the test. He asked me what is happiness, you write it on a check. Or you feel it on the sweat when your dick is in the breast,
I need like a... I need this guy. No, it's sepia. Where is it? What else do you have to paint? There's a few. There's still gonna be like 3 or 4 left after tonight. But you can see here, we're gonna use Agrex Earthshade Wash on the main. And just lay a generous layer of that down to define the main. Okay. And I can actually use it to shade around this as well. And then finally, for the line here, we're gonna put a little bit of, we're gonna do a little bit of red, sort of like fake tartan, because that's what's on the art. Although no one will see this unless you're really staring at the mini. There we go. Like, no one will see that. Okay. Done, 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 done. This guy does need, he needs a little bit of wash here. On his hair. Okay, so he's done, he's done, he's done. She's done. Let's, what else needs to happen on Mr. Effluent? Not much, just a little bit of stitching and detailing. So we're starting to cook through these now. Okay. Then I'm gonna do the stitching white, and then we're gonna run the wash down into the seam. He actually has a little grin underneath his trunk. And I do like to do the little light dots. It just gives them a little more cartooniness. It's a little more, you know, fun, I guess. So with this wash here, this isn't a very distinct crease, but I want it to show up nonetheless. Yeah, it just gives him a little more character on his face. He's almost done painting my Walking Dead survivors, and they look gorgeous. Girl knows how to paint. So much patience y'all have. I don't have half of her patience, man. That's why I do what I do. That's why I have all the, you know, I go like 80 miles an hour when I paint stuff. Because I want to get it on the board. I want to play it. Done. Speaking of which, alright. Let's work on Piggy here. Oh, he kind of has a darker color snout. I don't think I need to do that though. I kind of like where he's at, color scheme wise. Just needs to be, honestly, just needs a wash over the whole thing. And I need to paint the rattle. So I need Glacier Blue. Actually, that's a good, turn that into a wash, that'll be good. Glacier Blue is my go-to when I need to paint large areas white. Because I want it to cover. I don't want, white looks stupid if I were to just try to paint it white. It's not going to cover. So I go Glacier Blue. My skill's near minimum. Seeing you guys paint so well frustrates me. Dude, this is not, what I'm doing right now is not high skill painting. This is just, this is essentially base coating. There's really not much, there's not much, you know, high level skill being applied here. Ooh. Yeah, you can see that even the Glacier Blue is gonna have a little bit of trouble covering here. And trying to keep this edge nice and clean. It's gonna take a couple of layers to actually get this where we want it. Alright, then this is gonna, this is annoying painting this kind of stuff. I hate painting this kind of stuff. Just keep it within the lines. I'm absolutely awful at this kind of stuff. This is where somebody much more meticulous than me would do a way better job at this. I mean, it's gonna look fine as kind of the overall effect, but if you're staring at this, it'll bug you. That's like most of my work. Like if you look at the overall effect, it looks really cool. And then if you sit back and stare at it, there's gonna be stuff that starts bugging you. See, once you can see right now, now that I have the effect down, you're not gonna, you probably won't notice too much beyond that. You'll go, okay, it's a white rattle. That's about it. But that could have been painted a lot better than what the job I did on it. I actually made a mistake here. It should have been, the easier way to do this would have been to paint the whole rattle white and then just come back in with sunset red. Then painted the rattle, the stripes in that way. I think we're gonna paint flops in tomorrow. We're basically done for tonight. So we're gonna leave 4 minis to paint for tomorrow night. Yeah, we're gonna paint 4 minis for tomorrow night. I don't think flops. Oh, I don't think flops really needs to be painted tonight. Well, he's not that far off. Yeah, maybe. He is really close. You're actually almost done. We're this close. Let's do it. Once you start, it just takes initiative when painting. Once you start telling the paint, letting paint hit the model, it's easier. This is true. And you just gotta forgive yourself a lot. Like, you are gonna screw up a lot of stuff, and you just have to, you know, you don't let it get to you. You don't beat yourself over the head with it. You say, okay, screwed that up. We can always come back and fix it. It's just paint. I think that's one thing that a lot of new painters need to hear is it doesn't matter how long you've been doing this, you make mistakes all the time. It's just part and parcel, you know, you just accept that as part of the deal. That's actually pretty much where he's gonna be. Let's do a couple little light dots on his eyes. Okay, man. Okay. So I guess we're only looking at 3 models tomorrow night. Let's get this off so we can have a look at what we've done. So here's the ring girl. Whoa, I turned the, oops, there we go. There's the ring girl there. Just kind of wiggle them off. Here's the wizard guy. It's a fun sculpt. Really cool. And then we got 5 of the heroes done. There's only 1 hero left. So we got the Effluent. We got the cool bear. We got Nelson Lion. Nelson Lion's awesome. We got the Piggy. And we got Flops the bunny. Super fun. Alright guys. So we're going to call it here. I want to thank everyone for watching. So yeah, we're going to finish the next 3 tomorrow night, which is this rad dude, this super awesome guy, and the final hero, Stitch. Alright, so with that, we're going to call the feed to a close. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.